Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try it for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you, and this is the House of Nabeel. House of Nabeel is another Middle Eastern perfume house, and the emphasis on the house because they make everything inside the company from the very raw material to the end product. So they are a true house from the Middle East, and they have a super extensive perfume lineup in their portfolio. They've been around for more than 40 years, and I unboxed and reviewed many of their fragrances before, and for the price they are very impressive, super impressive. Nabeel House plus Ahmed Al Maghrabi, these two companies, they always give you more oil inside the perfume than they claim for. So for example, this one in particular is called Ocean by Nabeel. It's 100 ml, is Eau de Perfume, but the good news is 30% oil concentration is inside it. So usually with the Eau de Perfume you get 20% oil concentration, but here they put 50% more oil in here. So this is how they do. They always understate their hand, which is perfect for us as a consumers, and also they are very affordable. So this in particular one is called Ocean by Nabeel and is targeted unisex. In the United Kingdom you can find it under £50. The only thing is this particular line, which is called the Perfumer Collectors line, the Perfumer Collection line, or something in that vein. Yeah, Perfumer's Collection line. This is around 10 fragrances in this line, which I unboxed and reviewed I think 3 of them before, and they are very impressive. They are affordable, but they smell much more expensive than what you pay. So let's see how it goes in this one in particular. So this one is, as the name suggests, Ocean. We are expecting it to be fresh fragrance. But before we do the unboxing, please, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great. And like this video, share this video with others, comment, subscribe. All these things will help this channel to keep afloat, to survive in future, to bring you fragrances like this which are unknown, nobody talk about them, and they are super amazing value for money. Thank you very much as always, and let's go. So a very nice box, big box. Is a cardboard box, but it's quite nice texture to it. It says Ocean Nabeel, and 100 ml. Attention to detail is very nice, and for under £50, this kind of attention you won't find it anywhere else apart from Middle Eastern houses. Anyways, this is the bottle, and it's got 2 layers of protection, which is very good to protect the bottle. And wow, look at the bottle. Super heavy bottle, very thick glass, and it's got like a cylinder, but it's like a pyramid cylinder shape to it. On top we have the sailing ship, which is very nice, and it's metal. The cap is metal and very heavy. Look at this. They didn't skim or anything, you know. They give you everything plus the kitchen sink for the price. The atomizer is modern and also silver, and let's see how is the atomizer. Here we go. Look at that beautiful atomizer, very good quality. So this one, so far so good, with the Nabeel Ocean Eau de Perfume 100 ml. And the only thing with this line, which is called the Perfumer's Collection line, they're quite hard to find for some reason. They come up some from time to time, but they're not always available. So you need to be patient. You need to do your research and to find one of these if you're interested, obviously. Okay, let's go. All right, first sniff. Oh my God, it's filling the room. Woo! Huge, big, massive. Very aromatic. Ooh, big on the aquatic, not just aquatic, oceanic, sea salty, a little bit of seaweedy, big on the citrus, a little bit of fruitiness in here, quite floral, and very woody in the same time. But very big on, as he says, ocean, very big on oceanic. Okay, here we go. First impression. Wow. So first thing first, the name is very correct. So it smells like ocean, okay? But there's a funkiness to it, and that funkiness is coming from the combination of that seaweed accord or seaweed note, and also spices. So that spices in here are a little bit on the funky side, so you need to like your artistic perfume, because this is very artistic, as the bottle shows. This is an artistic perfume, although the DNA is quite friendly, but it's not a fresh. It's a fresh slash semi-fresh slash artistic slash funkiness. Yeah, it's a big on the salt. So the combination of the salt and the spices plus the seaweed accord in here, giving it that funkiness. So it's underlying hint of, I won't say animalic. It's more like a fishy smell. I know it smells. It sounds bad, but believe me, it smells very good. The only thing is, it's not for everybody. First thing first, this is definitely mature, okay? I would say 25 easy and up, maybe even 30 years old and up. Because for me, it is an absolute beauty in a bottle. It's a masterpiece. But this is not for everybody. If you think it's a fresh fragrance, say Sauvage, Blue de Chanel, and you know, any fresh fragrance, no, this is completely different. So it's got depth to it, it's got complexity to it, and it's got multifaceted, very complex fragrance for a fresh fragrance. And again, that funkiness is very apparent. Okay, so at the moment it's big on the citrus. I'm smelling so many citruses. Definitely bergamot, definitely lemon, definitely grapefruit, and also lime in here. So they just put every citrus they could get their hands on in here to give it that beautiful, bright opening. So the opening is bright, is happy, but underneath that happy brightness is a funkiness. So that funkiness, which is like a hint of that fishy smell, or oceanic or seaweedy smell, potentially could be, put some people off, okay? For me, this is gorgeous. I love this kind of fragrances that they have. Although it's fresh and it's uplifting, but it's got an edge to it. It's got artistic edge to it. It's got personality to it. So for me, this is a beauty in a bottle, but again, not for everybody. Let's see what else we get. Definitely, wow, that swimming pool smell is coming up as well. So I'm getting some swimming pool, oceanic, seaside, sea salty, sea breezy, ocean rock smell. I'm smelling something basically earthy in here, which smells like a wet rock, and that adds to that funkiness of it as well. So imagine, it's not only seaweed, not only a hint of fishy smell in here, not only we have saltiness, which is quite big, but we have that rocky smell, which is like being battered by the ocean waves for a long time, and you smell that rock in here as well. Very realistic. So this is a very realistic, as it says ocean, this is very realistic ocean smell to it. So you need to like this kind of fragrances, otherwise it will put you off potentially. big on the floral. I'm smelling something powdery in here. So it's powdery, it's floral. I'm smelling something like a combination of lavender, violet, maybe even a little of iris in here to give it that powdery. But overall, they are not a big player. They are in the background right now for a first impression, but they are there. So again, it adds to that complexity of it. Let's see what we get again. Wow, every time I'm smelling it, something new comes out, which is, this is a complex fragrance, okay? Very layered, very complex, very multifaceted. So you need to like this kind of fragrances. Again, for me, this is a beauty in a bottle, but potentially could be challenging for some people. Yeah, very woody based. The woods are very clean in here. I'm smelling something like sandalwood, something like cedar, maybe even a hint of something like gaiac wood or something like that, or cashmerean, because it's not only is a smell, it's got a hint of that, not burnt, but it's like, again, the woods are being soaking in the ocean current or ocean waves, okay? So if you, like a driftwood, basically. It smells like a driftwood, smells like woods that have been on the shore of this sea or ocean for a long time, and you can smell it. So overall, this is funky, artistic, realistic perfume. So you need to like your picturesque. This is like picturing the ocean shore, the seashore, the rocks, the woods, the maybe a little of that seaweed, grass on the maybe shore a little bit. Very picture realistic. So you need to like your realistic fragrances to enjoy this. Otherwise, again, it could be potentially a little bit challenging. So let's see what they say in terms of note breakdown, and we take it from there. All right, so for Nabeel Ocean, whoa, I'm not kidding. There are like 60 notes in here. So if I'm going to read them, it would take about 10 minutes to read them. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I just tell you what I'm getting right now. So it's got marine notes, watery notes, oceanic note, ozonic note. Yes, all of these. We got violet leaf, yes. We got pineapple, apple, and coconut. Yes, the coconut is quite apparent in here as well, giving it that hint of suntan lotion again, but not too much. Just at the moment in the background. They listed so many fruits in here, which giving it, adding in that depth and also sweetness. The sweetness is on the moderate side. It's not too sweet. Between 0 to 10 for the first impression. This is around 6, so it's not too sweet, but it's not. It's got some sweetness to it, which is moderate. Florals, again, not 20 florals in here. Rose, lotus, cyclamen. We have orchid. We have jasmine. We have iris, lily of the valley. We have the violet. So it's just go on, and yes, this is a complex fragrance, and you smell some of those, if not many of those. And in the base, we have, again, many woods. We got vetiver, we got oud. Yes, a little bit of funkiness coming from the oud, but it's not an oudy fragrance by, big margin. But that on the non, as I told you earlier, it's just a little bit funky, driftwoody, burnt woods or soaked in the water woods is coming up as well, which is probably coming from those. And the sandalwood is here. There's tonka bean, there's patchouli, there's musk, there's amber. Mamma mia, it just goes on and on and on. Yes, all of these notes, if you're interested, go to Fragrantica and the notes are there. So as I said, if I were to mention them, it would take me 10 minutes just to mention these notes. So overall, what you are getting, or at least for first impression, complex. Although it's fresh to semi-fresh fragrance, this is oceanic, this is aquatic, this is sea salty, seaweedy, swimming pool smell to it. Hint of fishiness in here as well, not too much, and salt is quite big. After that is the citruses and the fruits. The citrus are fruits and are big in here, but again, they are not interfering with that ocean picture. We're getting that shore of the ocean with rocks and some woods, and the salt is coming from those waves are hitting the rocks. Okay, so this is the picture I'm getting in here, and it's quite realistic. So you need to like your realistic, artistic perfumes to enjoy this. This is not an easygoing fragrance, although for me, for my age, for my experience, this is not challenging by any means, but I can tell there are some elements in here that could be a little bit on the challenging side for some young noses, or you are a person who likes their fresh fragrances but they want it safe. This is not a safe fresh fragrance. This is an aquatic fragrance, fresh fragrance, yes, but it's not a safe one. It is the particular taste, particular way. I absolutely love it. I give it 10 out of 10 for that beautiful opening. The opening is absolutely gorgeous. It's just mesmerizingly beautiful, and for me this is an absolute yes. But for you, you need to know what side of the fence are you. Are you in the fresh fragrances that are safe, or fresh fragrances that are a little bit challenging? It reminds me of a few fragrances to some extent. None of them one-to-one. It's not a copy of any of those. To some extent, it reminds me of Bulgari, Tiger or Tiger, because of that big citrus opening. But nothing like it. Okay, just a hint of it. It reminds me to some extent of Magamar, to some extent because of that salty oceanic feel from Magamar. Yes, is in here, but again, it's not a one-to-one to that one either. And to some extent, it reminds me of Bulgari Aqua, the original, the green bottle, to some extent because of that seaweedy notes in here. It reminds me of that one again, but it's not a one-to-one to that one either. So you can tell where it's going. So it's got some elements of these fragrances I mentioned just to put you in the right direction. But this one is much more complex, is much more layered, is much more multifaceted, and is much deeper. So it's denser, deeper, stronger. This is very strong at the moment. It's feeling the house, feeling the room easily. So I'm expecting it to be a very good performer because it's got 30% oil in here, which is very impressive. So the conclusion, for me, for my taste, for my age, for my experience, absolutely yes, yes, yes. For you, you need to know what you like and what you dislike to like this, or you don't like this. So you need to know what you're buying. This is not a blind buy safe, no. And it is very, very, it could be a little on the challenging side. Again, for me, because I have a big collection of fragrances and I've been around fragrances for a long time, for me it's not challenging, but for some people it could be. In terms of age, I would say 25 and up, if not 30 years old and over. Okay, this is quite mature because it's got that depth and complexity and edginess and that basically that artistic feel to it. In terms of gender, although it says unisex, which is to my nose quite unisex, but it means masculine because of those notes. In terms of occasion, this is one of those Swiss Army knife. You can dress up, dress it down, formal, informal, daytime, nighttime, anything you want, special occasion, casual, anything you want. This is an absolute beauty. In terms of the gender, I said, season, that although it is very good for warmer weather because it's fresh to semi-fresh fragrance, but because it's got a depth and complexity to it, and also it's very strong and it's deep, you can use it all year round, no problem. At the moment, we are in the middle of winter, and I'm going to wear it for the next 2 days and report back to you in terms of longevity, if it changes and things like that. But for now, for the first impression, absolute yes, yes, yes. I'm loving it. I give it 2 thumbs up, easy, and I'll let you know the rest of it in the next video. Okay, guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. Their amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. And this beauty for the first impression is an absolute yes, hidden gems, at least for me. And if you want to purchase one of my own perfume, I leave them in the link as well. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker. So there are true handmade perfume just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. They are ultra beast mode, very, very artistic, very unique. very good value for money, and I leave them in the link. Thank you very much as always, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.